in Canada. Apparently you guys are too. This is my Canadian debut. This is my second show ever in Canada, I have to say. My first show ever, my first Canadian show ever was this past Sunday in Vancouver, which was, it was a lot of fun. I almost died actually on the way from the airport here in Toronto. I had to drive. I live in New York City, and so I haven't driven in like 5 years. I mean, like I have, but not like on a regular basis. And this is kind of like a little bit of a mini tour, a North American mini tour, I like to call it, for me. I'm going home tomorrow, but I was in LA for like a week, just like meeting people, and I played a show there. And then I went to Vancouver and played a show there, and now I'm here in Toronto. So I did have to drive a little in LA, but thank God I avoided all the parallel parking. I asked for the shortest car they had. And I actually did get a really short car, like it didn't have an ass. It was kind of weird. I didn't know they made assless cars. But anyway, so I totally rented a car because I'm just like traveling by myself, and I had to, like, I've only been to Toronto once, and I don't know the streets here at all. I was so terrified, and thank God my flight came in after midnight, so it's like there wasn't really that many people on the road, but I'm like in a rental car when I'm totally out of practice driving. I'm driving down these freeways I've like never been on before. I don't even know like what a kilometer is, much less how many I'm supposed to be going. It was so terrifying. Meanwhile, it's snowing outside. And then, worst of all, I had to exit on a street called Spadina. I've never seen a Spadina in my life. And I really didn't want the first one to be like in a rental car in a foreign country in the snow. It wasn't very romantic. Oh my God, and then it actually gets worse. I promise I will play another song in just a minute. But it was like so terrifying. I really thought I was in a horror film because I made it, right? I didn't have it. And the other thing is I don't get the insurance because I'm really poor, and the insurance on a rental is like 3 times the price of the fucking car itself. So I'm like, let's hope for the best. So that's probably pretty dumb. But anyway, I got to, I don't know, like I guess you guys all like go to sleep at night, so there wasn't like anyone on the road, and I'm like, I'm downtown, and I'm like, sort of, I find the hotel, and I found the hotel, but then I was like trying to figure out where to park, and there weren't really any clear signs or anything, and then like, I guess I'm staying in this like mall. I'm like staying on the top floor of a mall, and I don't see any, it's like a Super 8, right? And I'm like, I can't find any like signs for Super 8, and there's sort of a garage that I think maybe had Super 8 on it, but it was totally closed, and I was like, okay, and there's no one outside, right? It's very like 28 days later. And so, I know, I'm sorry, this is really boring, but it's just, I can't help it. And honestly, it's my show. When your name's on the ticket, you do what you want. Finally, I like pull into this parking garage that's like sort of close to the, I guess it's like, it's under the mall, too, so I guess it's a place I can park. There's like no one at any of the gates, and I'm like, there's no one in the parking garage, and it's sort of this like, dingy, it's very sort of like, have you seen that movie Saw? I swear to God, I thought it was gonna end up, I thought someone was gonna like bash me in the head, and then I would wake up in like a bathroom underground somewhere, like tied to a post, like chained to a post with only a saw or something, and a tape recorder, and a man pretending to be dead. Ah! I'm sorry, Jesus Christ, this is horrible. So wait, I'm like lost in the parking garage, right? I cannot figure out where the hotel is. I find a parking spot that doesn't say reserved. I'm like, please let me not get towed, because I certainly can't afford that. And I'm like walking around to all the doors I could find. I don't even know why I'm telling you this, but I find a staircase, and the only way it goes is down. And I'm like already underground, so I'm like, that's the staircase to hell. I find an elevator, I swear it was an elevator, and I'm like pressing the button and it won't stay lit, so I'm like, this elevator is never coming, I can't fucking get out of here. I'm like terrified, right? I'm wandering around, I like have my guitar and like my luggage, because I like didn't want to leave it in the car. I don't know why, I mean the car locks. But was so terrified. And then finally I found like another elevator, and like it turned on, and there was even like a sign that said hotel, like 3rd floor. So I was like, okay, thank God, this is it. I get in the elevator, there's no lights in the elevator. No lights, and thank God it's like a glass elevator, so there's like moonlight, which I guess is comforting if you're like a werewolf. And then, like, the best part is, I finally get into the hotel, I'm like, okay, I'm in the right place. And it's like the cutest Super 8 I've ever seen in my life, thank God. It's like totally styled, it's really hip, so it worked out okay. Although when I did get in, there was like no one to be seen anywhere. There's no one at the front desk, there's a sign that's all wrinkled and looks like it's several decades old that says, be back in 5 minutes. And I'm like, someone never came back. It was very, very creepy, but I guess it worked out okay, so here I am. I don't know. I mean, honestly, get ready for an hour of that, so.